Welcome back to Fire and Smoke, New Ronne. We are Philip,
Abby,
Blake, Ethan,
also known as Dungeon Master.
Avis Merlot,
Devin Merlot,
Neil.
On the last episode, Ela, the stranger that had arrived in New Ronne and sent the old-timers forward in time in the first place, or a version of Ela, had just been knocked over out of the space that the group was occupying by different versions of Avis and Devin and Neil, who had evidently been stuck in these cavernous tunnels for a lot longer. They had some harsh discussion. Devin and Avis, the older versions of Devin and Avis, seemed desperate, sad. They had lost their version of the kid who had run off, they said. The Neils were trying to keep the peace, keep everybody calm, but old Devin and old Avis were overcome somehow by corruption, turning into corrupt, leaving any semblance of themselves behind. A fight ensued. One of the corrupt was taken out, but the second one took out old Neil. But not before Neil offered to carry the other version of himself with him in his own circuit board going forward. Directly after that, as the final of the two corrupt started lurching towards the group, it was caught by a harpoon lodging into the rock from the darkness as an even older version of Neil stepped forward, walking in that same specific manner that Neil had identified before, offering help to the group. And that's where we are now. You all see oldest Neil across from you down the tunnel a ways, has his own little glow light attached to his chest, illuminating the area around him. He looks like he's gone through a lot of repairs. He looks much older, as I said. He says to everybody, "One moment," and he steps forward into the silence that's still being cast by Avis, grabs his harpoon. As the corrupt turns around to try and slash at him, he twists the harpoon a little bit and sends a jolt of electricity through it, just like Neil is prone to do, and the remaining corrupt dissolves and fades away suddenly, dissipating, leaving no trace of the old Avis behind. Just like the corrupt that used to be Devin, there was nothing left to save. Oldest Neil continues walking forward, harpoon in tow. He grabs the other one next to the pile of the former old Neil, and he breaks through the other side of the silence to the four of you. Avis, the kid, cowers behind you even further, and oldest Neil says, "I am sorry that I couldn't come sooner. I have to move slow and specifically. I see Neil there did not fare so well in the fight. If you do not mind, and do not find it too odd, I can take his circuit board and bring him with me."
I have him, actually. And Neil taps his noggin.
Fascinating. We appear to have come to the same conclusion, of sorts.
You've been collecting Neils?
They could trade Pokemon.
You see oldest Neil kind of cocks his head. When you phrase it like that, it sounds odd. I have not been specifically collecting Neils. I have been trying to help us stuck down here. Part of that, unfortunately, sometimes has been saving Neils.
where's the rest of your party?
Oldest Neil turns to look at you, Avis, and to look at Kid behind you, who's coming out around you a little bit, and he looks at Devin and he says, "Sadly, my friends passed away many, many years ago. I have been walking these caves for 479 years. I have been without my friends for 478 years, 10 months, and 22 days. But I've seen them again and again in the other versions of us stuck down here. And for a long time, I've been moving forward, trying to help you, help us. In their memory, I suppose.
What can you help us with then?
A way to get out, a way to get back, or something of both. I have not checked myself because then I would no longer be here and no longer be able to help other versions of us stuck here."
You can help us get back? Have you helped others, or are you expecting us to be the first?
I have helped others many times. That is what keeps me moving forward. Getting us out of here is like repairing the timelines, how I've come to think of it. You would not be the first, and you won't be the last. I will not be coming with you.
So you've known how to get out of here for a long time?
He pauses and thinks for a moment. I've known, I believe, a way to get somewhere where you could get out. I have never crossed through the final threshold myself, because I'm not sure I could come back to help. But any Avises, or Devins, or kids, or Neils that I've helped have not returned. So it's either very good or very bad.
Let's follow him.
Well, I look at oldest Neil. Neil, don't you deserve a happy ending too, eventually? You can't just keep helping others forever.
Devin, I greatly appreciate your concern. I am happy. And though you may have not chosen to give it much thought, unless something happens to me, I won't have an ending. I like that I'm doing this. It's lonely at times, but it does mean I get to see my friends again and help them. In all of you, I get to see them and help them one last time. That makes me happy.
Doesn't make me happy. That's so sad.
I think Neil is worried that after a few hundred years he would feel the same way. The idea isn't attractive to him, but also he can relate.
Well, I guess the alternative is go back to a timeline where you would be alone. Also sucks.
That's also bad. At least he is doing something important, which Neil cares a lot about. So it's not all sad.
I guess, can I roll insight?
Sure.
See if this is like a genuine thing that Neil is feeling, or does it feel like this is how he's like expected to feel? Because this feels a little bit like a reverted version of Neil. Back to his programming. 22.
I think Devin goes to a place where he's trying to put himself in Neil's position and understand something that's a little bit alien to him, yet familiar, because people have expectations of how people should act and should be and what they should want. And people question lots of times if they really want something, if they really want what they're doing in life, or they're doing it because their parents or society or their friends expect them to do it, expect them to have that life. And you see a robot, your friend, who's had a long time to confront that just because part of his subconscious might be influenced by what somebody else put into him that doesn't make his wants and his desires and his victories and his failures and his efforts not his own or fake or bad. People are amalgamations of what other people had put into them, their experiences. It all makes up their subconscious and what they want to do and what they want to be and where they want to go. So you've seen through your friend Neil an arc of pushing that away and moving back to it a little bit. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's like reverting back to something previous. It's just bringing back into the fold what he really wants and not caring what other people might think about why he wants what he wants. He's had every opportunity, evidently, whatever he's talking about getting out of here, to leave at any time. If he wanted to do that, he could. But you see this whole conversation, he has been looking at you and the kid and Avis quite a lot. And you think he's happy to see you. And he's happy to help you.
Philip, I still have the pictures that were originally in the locket, right, of Devin and Avis.
You took out the picture of you and Avis and put in one of Milo to keep Milo close to your heart. But I think you probably kept that picture and put it in your bag or your pocket or something.
Are we able to walk around? Is anybody walking around right now?
He hasn't really explained that yet. He walked up to you untethered to anything and didn't disappear or go somewhere else. You guys are still tethered to each other.
Okay.
It's a good thing you didn't touch the locket too soon after the combat ended.
That's true. It's been a minute at this point, right?
It's been a
I'm
minute.
not going to turn anything to reach for the picture, pull out dust.
Reach for the locket, pull out dust.
Oh.
No, it's been a minute that you guys have been talking. That power from your fingertips fades. That feeling like you might turn something to dust goes away.
I'm going to pull the picture of Devin and Avis out of my pocket, hold it out in my hand towards oldest Neil. I appreciate what you're doing, then, if that's really what you want. Maybe you could hold on to this so you can remember us when we're not around.
He walks up to you, and I think Avis and Devin, you also clock that he's moving a little bit funny, but he doesn't disappear or go somewhere else. He continues to be here with you. He takes the picture from you, and he looks at it, and you see he stares down at it for a second, and he opens up his jacket and puts it in his left side. There's an inner pocket, upper chest, and he closes his jacket, and he says, "Thank you, Devin. That means a lot."
So how do we get out of here then?
You see in this space that you're in, oldest Neil glances up and around at the ceiling, and he says, "Do you see that one there?" And he points up at a shimmering pool of that reflective silver, like a mirror, filling in pockets in the rocks above your head.
Yes, I've seen them before.
Those reflections, looking back, that should be the key, I believe. This place, I've been able to traverse it, and a long time ago, I decided to start picturing it not like a maze or a labyrinth or some puzzle to be solved, but like a fourth dimensional space, a fourth dimensional complex. It's quite impossible for three-dimensional beings to visualize and navigate a fourth dimensional space without lots of processing power. As you move through it or around it or look at it at different angles, it might change. It seems that different versions of us and that strange person and other souls who have found themselves here are trapped in different points of time. And this place isn't just physical. There's some power to it. Some strange thing I can't quite identify or control. However, there's ways to use the unknown to your advantage. The key is those reflections. It's something in the eyes, I discovered. Look up at the reflections and try to put yourself in their shoes. It's hard to describe with words, but try to be there. If you look closely, they're not exactly the same. There's differences. They're not perfect reflections. They're different times. I'm not sure how it works, but I have done it myself. However, it only works if it's everybody. I am not sure why, but that is how you can get to a threshold, a place where you might find some way to exit. Like I said, I don't know for certain. I know, after having this conversation many times, that you probably think I sound crazy and are worried that you won't be able to get it right if I leave. But you have to trust me and trust yourselves. Do you understand not how it works, but do you understand what I'm saying?
I think we do.
Well, I trust Neil, so I'll trust you.
I put 2 big thumbs up.
Gotta put your own spin on it.
No.
You-
I do the 2 thumbs up and then it's like confetti behind me. Do you get it? FaceTime?
Yeah, like the FaceTime thing.
All right, roll on the surge table for your magic.
Oldest Neil walks forward in his odd fashion, a little bit indirectly and a little bit with a strange gait towards all of you as he puts his arms out and pulls you all into a big hug.
As Neil is going in for a hug, you see Avis and Devin simultaneously go,
Where my hug at?
Yeah. they
Neil-
do.
Neil hears them say this and then goes, "Where my hug at?" And holds out his arms. He's a little bit late. He didn't realize that's what they were doing, but he holds his arms out too.
Does the kid catch on?
Oh, where my hug at?
And then we all do a big group hug.
Oldest Neil pulls you all into a big group hug. As he releases the hug, he says, Devin, Avis, Kid, it was good to see all of you. Neil, if you truly like the company, I am more than happy to let you carry that version of Neil with you. But I have many Neils in here, and I don't disenjoy the company. If you'd like, I can take him with me as well.
I ask old Neil what he wants.
You go into your mind palace, server room, arm attached to your back, no legs, in your server room, your happy place. And old Neil is there tinkering with some of the servers. Oh, Neil, I wasn't doing anything.
I'm gonna run a quick Mind Palace diagnostic of the fake server room to see if it's been tampered with.
He's trying to find a way out.
You run a quick diagnostic, and you see that old Neil is trying to install a thing for, like, your birthday, where it does, like, a little birthday message.
Oh, that's so cute.
I swivel around to my short-term memory and pluck the file out before I can save it for later. Dump it on the floor. I just don't need to remember that surprise.
You
It's very
dump it on the
sweet.
floor, and now you, Neil, are, like, looking at the file on the floor going, I wonder what that is.
I immediately give other Neil a weird look. Please clean up after yourself. Because I've forgotten what I just did.
Of course. I apologize.
Are you watching what's happening?
I am aware, but I did not want to intrude.
Would you like to go with the older Neil?
Oldest Neil.
He's older than us, though. It's a normal thing to say. His name's not actually Old Neil.
It's just how it evolves. New Neil to old Neil to older Neil to oldest Neil.
There wasn't a
You gotta
There's not an
respect it,
older in the
Ethan.
middle, though.
There's not an
It's
older.
older.
Neil, old Neil, older Neil, oldest Neil. You made up one in the middle.
Oh, I didn't make one in the middle.
Made up one in
There
the
is
middle.
no older Neil.
Right. Okay. I see the problem.
Well, an older Neil is one that's inside of oldest Neil's brain.
So I asked him if he wants to go with older Neil, with the older Neil.
Old Neil looks at you and says, well, it could be kind of fun to do my own thing with you. We could be like a buddy cop movie.
I've never seen a movie.
I have so much to show you.
It's funny because the main difference is just how long they've been down here, basically. There's not that
Maybe
much
someone's
difference.
They must have
There's
explained.
There's a
these
little
things.
bit of variation
A
in
little
the
bit of
timelines.
variation. I guess he just got really into movies.
No,
This is a time
you
line.
must have shown him a
BB
movie in
did
the
like
server room.
DVD subscriptions.
Oh,
Yeah.
subscription.
Big Bird, he brought by a DVD of the month box. And yeah, that must be how it happened.
All right. You can stay then. It will be fun.
Neil and Neil, the best of friends.
I'm out of the Mind Palace. Now I'm talking to oldest Neil.
hmm
Maybe if you Bluetooth into his head, you can talk to the Council of Neils.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do
You don't want
You
to
can-
stop by the
You
Council
can
of
make
Neils?
Philip do like 10 different Neils.
Is there like a cowboy Neil? Like how wild do they get?
There's gotta be. One of them visited Cassius Reed's and then got really into the cowboy thing.
Oh,
He's like, wait, I want to do that.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, I say
I think we're all right. He'd like to stay. And I would like the company.
Okay, Neil. I need to be moving on then, in case there are any of us in more urgent need of help. I can share a way to move through here more specifically, but the key is to go from time to time through the reflections. Neil, he opens up a channel between the two of you and gives you some information with that Nat 20 last episode that I was always going to honor, how to navigate this fourth dimensional space with only a third dimensional view. And while that channel is open, you hear oldest Neil say, Neil, I know you can do whatever you want to do, but I want to say, for me, take care of them.
I grab his arm, almost like I'm worried he's gonna say that and then walk away. And I ask him, like silently in our heads, so that they can't
in this
hear.
open channel, because that was in your head.
Yeah, I go,
How do you know that you want to look after them and not that you have to?
Neil, I could tell you, but you wouldn't be satisfied with the answer. I'm afraid that is something you must figure out for yourself in time.
It doesn't frighten you anymore?
What frightens me more is the idea of still being here, still being around, and doing nothing, out of fear that I'm not supposed to want what I want. My friends are out there, alone. There's a million other places I could be, or things I could do, but why should I want that more than what I want? Because I'm supposed to do something else?
I don't know. I feel I'm supposed to know after so long on my own.
What helps me is that I'm not just helping my friends. I'm doing something important. I'm the old timer, fixing time. My friends would be proud of me, and I am proud of myself. I like to help, and I like to repair. Just because somebody else turned me on and said I should like those things doesn't mean I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. They didn't know me, this version of me, when they told me what I should do and what I should like. They couldn't possibly know the hundreds of years of experiences I've had. They gave me a directive for their needs. Yet, I think I've come to the same conclusion, that I like to help my friends. Should you not do good if you were told by somebody that you should do good? If they turned you on and told you to live your life, would you not do it in protest?
Sometimes doing good, it can be scary. It can be hard.
Yes. That's what makes it all the more worthwhile. I can honestly say that if somebody told me my new directive was to avoid danger and only help myself and go sit in a dark room, and that that's what I should want and what I should do, I would tell that person to go to hell.
And maybe I don't end up like you. Maybe I'm always different, even after 400 years.
That would be good too. There's lots of different Neils. You hear he turns a dial to turn on the volume of the Council of Neils, and you hear dozens of voices, all of different opinions talking, and then he turns it back down, and he says, "They're a fun bunch. And we are different, you and I. And that's okay. I want you to look out for Devin and Avis, because I want to look out for Devin and Avis. But I also know if you think they can take care of themselves when you get back there and all the dust has settled, do whatever fulfills you. Buy that ticket to somewhere else. Do anything that you think will make you feel proud of yourself."
I'll try, Neil.
Good luck, Neil. Avis, the kid tugs on your shirt behind you and whispers up to you as you guys are looking at Neil grasping oldest Neil by the arm and says, "Avis, they've been like that for like a minute and a half. Should we do something? Do you think they're okay?"
Yes, they're probably just having some kind of private conversation or whatever robots do.
Yeah, Devin points to a blinking light on the side of Neil's head. That means he's got a channel open, so they must be talking.
Oh, that means they're on air. Okay, yeah.
Neil doesn't move or like stop looking at older Neil, but he does say out loud, "I can hear you."
Oh, sorry, Neil. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just worried about you.
It's all right, kid. I'll be right with you.
I do believe this is goodbye, Neil.
You're probably right. Thank you for your help.
Of course. It makes me happy to help you. Stay safe, Neil. Or don't. It's your choice. Oldest Neil leaves your grip, begins to walk down the dark tunnel until you see him take a heel turn and walk towards a wall before eclipsing out of view, moving somewhere else in this fourth dimensional space. And you see he pokes back out and, holding both of the harpoons, takes one in one of his hands and tosses it at you, Devin.
Grab it out of the air.
Roll for a catch. Make a catch check.
I'm not dexterous, so
Roll a dexterity check.
nat 20.
What's the flags and rifles thing in high school?
Color guard.
He catches it into like a spin.
You catch the harpoon into a spin and like hold it over your head like a color guard routine.
I didn't even know I could do that.
It's the most dexterous he's ever been.
Man.
Oldest Neil holds up a hand and gives you all a wave before moving out of view somewhere else in this space. Avis, now that you all are alone, you see that kid looks up to you and he says, Avis? Devin? And he looks at you, Devin. I'm sorry. Over the past couple days, I was thinking about trying to run off or something while you guys were asleep. I was really worried that, I don't know, I was scared. I thought maybe you guys would have an easier time if you didn't also have to like look after me or stuff. I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to do that to you guys. I saw how it affected the other Avis and Devin.
Look after you. Without you, we would have never made it this far.
And we really appreciate you being very open with us about your feelings, and you would never be a burden to us. We really do value having you here with us.
Give me an insight check, the both of you.
Devin's going to use a second luck point. So instead of a nat 1, Devin got a 22.
Nice save.
Nice save.
26.
You both can tell, even in this strange alien form, Kid is a little bit overcome with emotion right now. And he is looking back and forth between the two of you. And then he goes in for a hug. And you can tell, like you've been able to tell in the past, Avis, and to a similar extent, Devin, that he is open about his feelings most of the time, except when he has little thoughts like that might be going against what you would think or make you worry. He is wrestling with emotion right now. Like he's trying to figure something else out, and he's not 100% sure that he wants to talk about it yet. So it might be that thing of like he just needs a little bit of time to work it out himself, but you can tell something is there as he pulls you guys into a hug after you say that. Thank you guys. This whole journey has been the best thing that like ever happened to me. I'm sorry you guys had to go through all this and we're not like done yet, but I'm happy I stumbled into the server room back then. If I could like go back, I couldn't imagine doing anything else than having done this with you guys. I wouldn't have changed anything.
I would say meeting you has been the highlight of this whole journey.
For me, it's definitely like me and you guys, and then also Neil, and then solid number 3 is Jonathan, actually. I'm really happy we met Jonathan. And I'm glad we gave him the gruff look, Neil. I think that's really going to help him out here.
I really wish we could bring him back with us.
My favorite part of the adventure was about 40 years after Devin went into cryosleep, I found an eye patch, and I knew it was going to be useful at some point.
It was a good call, Neil.
That was like a really good call, Neil.
Thank you. And you're probably number 2.
Thanks, Neil.
Give him a pat on the back. I put my other hand, slapped Jonathan on the back, who was here the whole time, but he didn't talk, and it's an audio medium, so you couldn't tell he was here.
Jonathan's not there. He didn't come with you guys. Yeah, it would be fun if we could like bring Jonathan back with us and he could like hang out, but it's just, and he thinks for a second, it would be too weird, right? Like he's not supposed to be there. He's supposed to be with the merchant.
Yeah, and by going through all of this, hopefully in the future, Jonathan and the merchant will have better lives.
Yeah. Do you guys think it's like time to try what Neil said?
Let's give it a shot.
Kid nods, and you all look up towards the ceiling. You should all give a perception check, by the way, just for a tiny bit of additional information. a perception check for something in the past.
With advantage.
No.
Because we're technically looking at ourselves.
No, in the past.
No, not right now.
Rats. It's a solid 1.
22.
I got a 15.
That fight with the corrupt was over in a matter of seconds. It popped off and then it was done. And it was hard to see what was going on. But this reflective pool in the ceiling, though it changes and shifts like a mirage, was there during the fight. You had settled down to rest in this area under it. When the fight was going on, if you caught it out of the corner of your eye while you were taking a swing and your head was turned up a little bit or something like that, you might have noticed that, like, the mirroring was opposite. Old Devin and old Avis and old Neil were fighting versions of corrupted things versus you guys fighting versions of them. You just caught that out of the corner of your eye and didn't process it until now, but I think you might feel a little bit reassured that those versions of yourself might be somewhere still in time, and they might have their own chance to make it out. And this place doesn't work so cause and effect in one direction. It might be a little bit more lucid than that. But you all look up at the reflection now and see yourselves looking back down. You're craning your neck. This pool is like straight above you guys, and you're seeing this mirrored surface in the ceiling. As you all lock eyes with yourselves up there, you try to focus on whatever oldest Neil was talking about putting yourself in their shoes or imagining yourself in their place or trying to form some kind of link between the two of you, opening a channel, imagining what it's like to be in their time with their experiences. You're not quite sure when. For a quick second, you feel a little bit nauseous, like your stomach has gotten turned around, and you get a weird sense of deja vu, like this has happened before. And you blink a few times, and you think you've done it. You're still looking up at a reflective pool, at versions of yourselves, but the room has suddenly changed slightly. And now, at a different point in the ceiling, there's a different small reflective pool that wasn't there before in the room. The rocks shifting subtly around you. You shake off that feeling of dizziness, and you look at yourselves, and you think it's working. You think you're doing it, and these versions of you, or this time where you're at, your body feels a little bit more tired, like you might have gone through a little bit more. You're not sure. And you're looking up at the other versions of you, or the same version of you at a different time, and you have mixed emotions about what it means, but you're sure you're moving forward and you're them. So this must be the right thing to do.
I think we just try again.
In the second one?
Yeah. Let's just keep moving through places until we see something that looks like notably different. Because we're
That's
looking
fair.
for a specific time or place.
There will be a threshold.
Yeah.
Sure.
We do it again.
Do we have to do a sandwalk to get to the other one?
Yes.
Can we just follow
That's
your lead?
kind of a Neil thing.
Can I can do it now?
You can do it now.
Alright, well I'll sandwalk style have you all follow where I place my feet. And we'll go real slow and carefully.
You go real slow and carefully, moving through this fourth dimensional structure communicated to you by oldest Neil, and with the help of old Neil in your head as well. And you guys get right under this other reflective pool. You look up at versions of yourself some other time in some other place, and you do it again. And you see another one, and you all move to do it again. And again, as you're hopping around this structure, this alien place at the bottom of the world that seems so naturally here, like it always was, and yet so distinct and separate from the rest of it. Until, after a few more jumps around, you shake off the feeling of nausea and look around the room for the next one, but now all see something in between you and the wall across from you all in this tunnel. If you imagine a crescent moon, like that shape, meeting another one at its back, and meeting two more perpendicular to those, like an extruded version of an X downward, made into a crescent moon shape on all sides. There's a little vein of like that reflective surface. It looks silvery, but it also looks like there's a glow from it. You're not quite sure what it is. This is the first time there's been something this different. You all blink and look at each other. You are not sure how long it's been.
Where is it?
It's hanging in space, not affixed to anything, not like a physical structure, more like a gleam of light.
Let's slowly walk over to it.
Yeah.
You slowly approach in your specific way, Neil, leading everybody, still tethered together. As you move, though nothing is hiding this thing, it morphs as you approach it and circle it until that shape turns and bends, and now those half rings are forming a whole circle. And you see white, bright light. You can't make anything else or tell what might be on the other side of this thing, but you're all standing in front of it now.
The last time we time traveled, it was bright white, right?
Neil, do you want to do the honors?
All right. Just everyone be careful.
Kid grabs your hand, Avis, and gives it a tight squeeze. You can tell, again, that he's scared.
I kind of like whisper, "It's okay. We'll be all right."
I know, I don't know what's going to happen next.
Whatever happens, this is the right path.
All right. Yeah.
And I reach out for it.
You touch it. Your metal fingertips feel cold, Neil, and it feels like you can move further in. They disappear, your fingers, behind this white surface.
Pull my hand out just to check
If it's blue, or if your fingers are still there, or
if anything's gone wrong.
Well, you're the one that said blue, so let's check for that too.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm checking for if it's blue.
you pull your metal fingers out, and there's nothing different about them. They're still there. They still
Because
work
it's
fine.
metal, it's not flesh.
When you guys walk in, you're going to get eviscerated.
Oh, I just thought we would turn blue, but
It's a portal to the Blender dimension.
no.
No, rats. It's the robot's only dimension. Everyone else dies. I'll reach like kind of my whole arm in, and then eventually my head, so I can peek inside.
You reach your whole arm in, feel nothing wrong, poke your head in, see empty, bright white space. You're not sure if that's all there is, or if it's because you need to go further.
Do I need to like climb inside? Like, does the portal extend to the ground?
The portal is large enough for you to like step through.
I'll get all the way inside.
Everyone's going to follow Neil in.
Avis will follow.
Kid holds your hand tight as you both step through as well to the other side. And that's all for this episode of Fire and Smoke, New Ronne. If you want to keep up with the show, follow us on our TikTok or Instagram at Fire and Smoke Podcast. If you're enjoying the show so far, please leave us a nice rating or review. Does anybody else have anything they want to say before the end of the episode?
Guess you don't have to deal with that maze stuff anymore.
That's true.
We're
out
done with
there.
it.
Now we're in a different
A white
maze.
void. My favorite D&D setting.
So it sounds like Philip's just making the enemy the government.
It's always the government with this guy.
Let's cut out the middleman who needs allegories. Throw them out. Too subtle.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Too subtle.
Well, hold on. Everything has been something taking advantage of something, right? The devil was taking advantage of all these people leaving to just show up and destroy the world, right?
I'm just gonna cut in here. What do you guys think about oldest Neil?
I thought it was funny how he was an allegory for the government. And then the Council of Neil, he's like the president.
I only did the Council of Neils to make you guys happy. Don't hold that against
What do
me.
you mean? That was your idea.
If
You
he's
really
the
wanted us to
president-
do it. You really wanted Ethan to collect a bunch of Neils,
Yeah.
but then he said no. So you had to go and do it with the oldest Neil.
You had to do it
Ethan's the
yourself.
psycho that's been collecting heads or whatever.
I collected 2 heads. That's no, sorry. I collected 1 head.
Sorry, was there
And
another head we didn't know
I
about?
briefly floated the idea as a joke of imagine if we had a head. That was it.
Why are you piling onto me, Blake? Be on my side against Ethan.
That was the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Abby, will you help us pile on against Ethan? What say
Like-
you, Abby?
like-
You're the great decider.
Like Ethan in general?
Yeah, Ethan.
Or-
Ethan's really the crazy one deciding to collect heads. He's just using Neil as a vessel to do that.
Oh, it's an allegory.
It's an allegory.
Story.
And Abby, we were just talking about allegories, so you
For
agree.
heads of state. It all makes sense now.
Abby, you get what we're talking about, right?
Absolutely.
Therefore, oldest Neil is the bad guy.
Exactly. It's all Ethan's fault, and we're all on the same page about that.
What?
No.
Yes. Ethan, can you say yes for just in case we want to keep that one in?
Yes.
And Abby?
Yes.
And Blake?
Yes.
All right, we're all on the same page. And then we're going to put all the yeses on top of each other.
No. It's just going to cut any opposition out.
I
I
ever said
control
yes.
the world.
The government again controlling media.
We're all on the same page.
The lesson is don't make any media. That's the lesson.
That's the lesson.
Listen to this podcast. Don't make anything yourself.
That's the lesson.
Consume.
That's the takeaway here. And we're all on the same page about that. Oh my God. Are we forgetting about anything?
No.
No. Wait. Is Eric in the white void?
You guys are going to be so excited to find Eric in the White Void. He will be here next session. I promise. He did text me earlier and I did forget to tell you guys. Well, you know how he's got that culinary school thing going. He likes cooking it up. He likes being a chef.
Yeah.
He likes chefing it up. So he's doing that culinary school thing and he was taking a final exam and they had to like make a sorbet or something. One of the other students got caught with the whole, ratatouille situation going on. They lifted up his hat and he had a rat under there controlling how he cooked. So basically, the teacher is going to make them take the test again without hats on. Everybody has to take the test again.
Well, how late does he have to stay for that?
I don't know, but he was texting me that it was going to be an all-night thing, so he wasn't able to make it today.
That little rascal Eric. He's always up.
He's always up to something, isn't he? It's crazy.
I'm starting to think he's not going to show up.
No, he said he's going to be here next episode, I swear.
I don't think he even wants to do the podcast anymore.
No. You guys don't believe in Eric? What are you talking about? He's going to be here. Anyways.
Slay po, way po.